Welcome to the channel. This is Coach Charles on Kick on Sports. Everything is kicking on, things are heating up. But hey, Dorgu has arrived. Dorgu has arrived. Because that is exactly what we saw. Manchester United versus Bournemouth was a Dorgu affair. You know, good covering, good running, good overlaps, good crosses, and good assists, and a beautiful goal. That is what we saw against Bournemouth. Now, if you're new to this channel, click on the subscribe button. Let's discuss sports. Give me a comment at the end, and let's see what do you think about this game between Manchester United and Bournemouth. Now, the game was played in a very, very bad weather. Very, very bad weather. You know, there were storms, there were lightnings, there were rains, torrential, and all that. You know, but the boys did not lose hope. The boys did not give up. The boys did not even butter a sweat, because they knew this is it. This is it. They have to show that they're ready for the new season. And Bournemouth has been a thorn in our flesh. Bournemouth, Brighton, you know, West Ham. These are teams that have been messing with Manchester United. Remember, Manchester United is one of the biggest clubs in England. And in the world, fan base, it is enormous, you know. But the performance has not been there to back it. But this time round, I think the team is building up slowly by slowly. I remember mentioning that I'm not really confident about this season that is coming, because what I see other teams do in terms of signings, in terms of the players they have, the profile of the players, you know, I'm scared. I was really scared. And the fact that we were given Arsenal as the first game of the season, that's really worried me. But hey, I'm feeling a bit confident today. I'm feeling a bit excited. I'm feeling a bit enjoy. You know, I'm enjoying being a Manchester United fan. You know, it's coming slowly and slowly and slowly, but hey, we'll get there. Now, we are rumored to be looking for Benjamin Sesko. We are rumored to be looking at Ole Watkins. We are rumored to be looking at some of these best strikers. But hey, Hojlund is saying, not so fast, not so fast. And that is what we saw against Bournemouth. This guy was working hard. He was really working hard. There are no more fights between Hojlund and the strikers and the defenders. You know, he's basically just doing his job. He's assisting, he's covering, he's picking the ball at the right place. He's also giving those runs. The options are there. He's providing a lot of options for the midfielders when he takes on a run. You know, he's able to hold on the ball. And did he score a beauty? You know, just a glance of a header. Reminded me of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer when he used to do sweet things like that. Now, where will Sesko play if at all we get Sesko? Are we going to sell Hojlund? Because Hojlund is proving to be very, very effective. He's playing as per the coach's instruction. He's giving his all, basically. You could see the boy wanted to perform. He really wants to play for Manchester United. But he's not been a lucky one. But this morning, when I was watching that game, 4:30 a.m., Hojlund was very, very present. He was very, very interested. And so we can always talk about things that we saw in that game. And that is the first thing we saw, that Hojlund is ready for the league. He's ready for the Amorim system. He's ready to fight for his position. And I don't know what other people think. I don't know how you feel. This is my opinion. I think this boy is ready. If given a chance, I think he's able to do even much more. But hey, this is for the coach to decide. And as fans, we'll always back what the coach thinks. Now, second thing that we saw in this game, you know, our midfield, when Bruno drops deep, there's a lot of ball possession on our end. There's a lot of beautiful passes. There's a lot of link-up play. There's a lot of things that is happening. And him and Casemiro were really very good. Remember, we even had a better ball possession compared to Bournemouth. We had a higher ball possession ratio compared to Bournemouth in this particular game. And remember, Bournemouth had an expected goal that is way higher than Manchester United, but they only got, what? One goal, and that was a mistake from one of our boys. That is in the very tail end of the game. So the second thing we saw was that midfield pairing of Casemiro and Bruno. When Bruno is deep, things are moving. Even when Collier came in, that boy, don't touch that boy in the name of selling homegrown players. Because Collier reminds me of just a player that wants to be present for Manchester United. You know, he's leggy, he's physical, he's also technical, and he's very smart, very fast, very quick, and he has the engine to back. So Collier is the future of Manchester United midfield. Him and Maino just settled down so well. Now, the third thing we saw, we are not all about new players. We are not all about new players. Remember, Cunha did not start this game. Mbeumo did not start this game. The only player who was bought recently is Diego Leon, and he came after the 70th minute. The kid has a lot of teething issues to deal with, but he was physical, he was strong, he was capable, he was running ragged, he was covering, and he was doing his bit. So we can always say that we are all not about new signings. So the question is, what was up with Cunha? What was up with Mbeumo? Now the coach gave his reasons why he did not play these two signings, because that is what people want to see, pairing of Mbeumo and Cunha. But hey, there's still a game, one more game in this US tour. Now I'll just remind you, if you're new to the channel, click on the subscribe button. Let's grow together. Now, the fourth thing that we saw in this particular game against Bournemouth is that our defense is working. You know, you saw Lenny Yoro, Maguire, and Luke Shaw, and then the next group of defenders were also very solid. They were very good on the ball. They were taking care of everything. Apart from that mistake by I don't know whether it was Fredrickson or who that was, that led to us conceding the goal. The only goal that we conceded, the team played well. The team played well. Defense was good, guys. Let me ask you, how old is this goalkeeper of ours? Because this guy did some really big saves, you know. But I'm worried about this because, yes, he can play one game, one-off game. He can't play every other game. So I don't know what the coach is thinking. I don't know what the plan is. But hey, Tom Heaton, that was a good job. That was a good job. Now, if you agree with me, just share on the comment. Now, the number 5, the fifth thing that we saw in this game, something that is exciting, is that United are scoring goals. And we are scoring goals from every other corner. Every other corner. Corner. That is what is happening. We are scoring goals. Ahmad scored his goal. You know, William scored his goal. You know, Dorgu scored his goal. And Hojland reminded himself of how it feels to score a goal. So if our offensive 4 players can be able to tick, if they can do their bit, I can tell you this is going to be a